Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please make sure that you make the things happen so you can get notified every time I drop a new video. We are back with another episode and we are doing another pay-per-view. This one is Dissension, one of the biggest pay-per-views in the ASE hybrid universe. So yeah, man, I didn't want to record this one, but then I felt like this one is gonna be huge, so I needed to record this one, which means Champions Night I'm not gonna record, Decision Day I'm not gonna record. I'm probably gonna record for Pemberton though. And yeah, man, let's get to it without wasting any time. Our card is legit. It's fire. We have Scott Ringo, Mohammed Watson for the national championship. We have Project Considine versus Colt Brewer and Penn Wilson. We have Spencer Van Zant versus Thanatos. We have El Fugo versus Mike Mayhew for the Cruiserweight Championship. We have Alex White versus Manu Savea hardcore match. We have Brendan Judge and Jin Bao for the World Championship. Why is it not loading? Let's get to it. So let's get to it. Scott Ringo versus Mohammed versus Watson. I'm glad I have a setup like this one, which basically summarizes everything. So the week after the pay-per-view, the previous pay-per-view, Fatal Mistake, Scott Ringo and Mohammed would have another match, an untitled, where Mohammed picked up a win. Second week, Scott Ringo and Mohammed faced each other in a national championship match, which ended via DQ when Watson interfered. So what's happening here is Scott Ringo, second week, Scott Ringo felt like it was right to put the national championship on the line simply because Mohammed got his win back, got a win. So they had a setup, then Watson interfered. But then the reason why Watson decided to interfere in that match is because Mohammed attacked him in the locker room when he was preparing, right? Before the match, Mohammed was preparing. Watson came in and was like, "Yo, dog, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you finally getting a decent singles run, or you finally looking forward to having a singles run." Simply because the Colossus are slowly breaking up. The Colossus, the team of Thanatos and Mohammed, are slowly breaking up, and they're leaving the King's Burning Hands faction, which is a faction that was started by Alex White and Baron Montag, and Manu Savea. Technically Manu Savea is part of the faction. You'll get to that when we get to it. So that is what is happening. The Colossus basically low-key split up because Thanatos is doing his own thing. Mohammed is now forced to basically have do something by himself, right? So Watson was like, "Yo, I'm happy for you. You have this match set up," and Mohammed took it personal. He took it personal because he felt like Watson didn't think of him as a single superstar. So Mohammed took it personal and basically attacked Watson. So Watson was like, "You know what? This guy is making it personal. If he wants to make it personal, I'm gonna interfere in this championship match against Scott Ringo." So that is what happened. And let's see. So this match is important for storyline. This match is basically to see how far Mohammed can go as a singles competitor, since he's been paired with Thanatos for almost 3 years right now. So it's really important. Mohammed being in a match like this one is important. People are trying to see how far he can go because Thanatos is already a star. Everyone under the King's Burning Hands is a star. Alex White is a star. Thanatos is a star. Baron Montag is a manager, but he's good at what he does, right? Now people are like, "Oh, Mohammed, let's see," right? And this match also brings Watson back to the national champion picture, putting him up as a credible challenger for Scott Ringo in the future. Watson, I've been trying so hard to make sure that Watson doesn't even see gold, right? Because he's basically the company's golden boy. So this time around, I was trying to keep him away from the gold and see what he can do, outside of the title pictures. Now that I saw that what he can do, now that I saw that he can have matches that have like storylines and whatsoever, it's time to put him back in the national championship picture. And also because he's a 2-time national champion, so it's fitting. And the other match we have here is Considine and Porter versus Colt Brewer and Penn Wilson. So I'm just gonna read this. I'm not gonna I don't wanna go back and scroll and stuff. So the vote here is after retaining their titles at the Fatal Mistake pay-per-view against the Leading Edge previous video. Project Considine will challenge any new team ready to go all out. So the reason why Project Considine came out to challenge the week after retaining their titles, the reason they came out to challenge any new team is because they were tired of facing the same teams over and over again. They want to reignite the tag team division, because 2022-2023 tag team division was crazy. Now they're trying to reignite it. Now that they're champions, they want to face new teams. They want to see 2 different people pair up and reignite the tag team division, because it's good now, but then there's only a few people holding it down, right? So Penn Wilson challenged Project Considine for the tag team titles without a partner and promised Considine that he will find a partner when he gets a number 1 contenders match for the tag team titles. Penn Wilson just came out of the cruiserweight division pictures, and the reason I removed him from the cruiserweight division pictures because he doesn't qualify for the cruiserweight championship. So what do? I throw him in the tag team division. Most of the stars I want to help grow, I throw them in the tag team division. So that is what happened. Penn Wilson challenged Project Considine and said, you know what, let's have a match, number 1 contenders match, and I'll reveal, if I win the match, I'll reveal my partner, right? A match between Porter and Penn Wilson was set, and Penn Wilson will pick up a win via count out to when Colt Brewer interfered as Penn Wilson's surprise partner. So that is what happened. And the reason why this kind of feels important is because Colt Brewer was buried alive by Phantom a year ago. He had a feud with Phantom, and it ended in a buried alive match, and Colt Brewer was buried. So Penn Wilson, a new star, bringing out Colt Brewer, who is supposed to be dead. It's kind of what? So it's like that. Important for storyline. Important Considine's plan on challenging a team they haven't faced before will eventually lead to them facing the best team to ever come out of AC. This one is a tease. The reason why I'm always having Porter challenging new teams and whatsoever is because at the back of my mind I have a team that is ready to go. That will help Project Considine elevate the tag team division, right? So that is what we have. So we have Spencer Van Zandt and Donatos. If Donatos loses, he joins the corporate leader faction. Oh my god, this is long. So long story short, Spencer Van Zandt returned. And the crazy part is that he didn't come back to challenge Brennan Judge, right? Because Brennan Judge is the world title, has the world title. He didn't come back to challenge Brennan Judge, which is odd because everyone knows that Spencer Van Zandt is working part-time, and whenever he comes back, he's gunning for the title straight, right? So he returns. This time around, he has a new mission, right? His mission is to bring in a superstar who needs the corporate ladder, who needs to be in his faction. He's looking at Donatos at the moment, simply because Donatos has just split up with Muhammad on good terms, because as the Colossus, they no longer have a direction under Alex White, Baron Montag, and Manu Savea. We will go to the storyline. We'll go to the storyline later on, right? So Spencer takes this opportunity to help, Donatos be like the biggest star in AAC, right? So this is basically a fun fact. Everyone who has joined the faction and everyone who basically tried to leave the faction came out. Oh my god, I don't know how to put this. Basically, everyone who joined the ladder, who once joined the ladder, is now a big star. Godzikuda is a 3-time world champion. He was in the faction and he received like a big push on his way out. When he just like decided to leave the faction, he became a double champion, being the third wrestler in AAC history to hold the national and world title at the same time. Alex White was part of Spencer's faction. He's now was a 2-time world champion. On his way out, he became a main event level. He was on the main event. He was on the main event level status when he came out of the ladder, which means something because Alex White was that guy you can see, you know, being in the main event, but we were like, not sure. But when he joined the ladder and he decided like to, you know, like exit the group, he exited the group on a main event level status, you know, which basically led him to being like the first Grand Slam champion in AAC. Jin Bao, who is still under the ladder, is a 6-time cruiserweight champion and had the longest cruiserweight title reign, 400 days, and is the only superstar with 6 cruiserweight title reigns. Azul Furia, still under the ladder, is a 2-time all champion. Had one of the most memorable runs with the national championship. I think it was a year. His reign was a year and some months, I think. Hopefully, I'm right. I hope I'm right. He's now a 3-time national champion. 1-time world champion. Oh, 2-time world champion. I did say that. And is said to have brought back the prestige to the national championship. Right. I felt like I needed to add this because the national championship wasn't like the title, you know, a lot of people went for, right? But then when Azul carried the title, like everyone was like, you know what? Fuck the world title. I'm going for that title. I'm going for the national championship, right? Mustafa Vaisi, 3-time national, 3-time tag team champion, he became the most favorable babyface after joining the faction. Many believe that he wouldn't be AAC's top babyface if he never came in contact with Spencer. So that was a lot. So these are just fun facts. Important for storyline, this becomes one of Spencer's ways of building Thanatos. Everyone who had a feud with Spencer Van Zandt benefited from him. Thanatos runs that list. So I needed to add this because everyone who was part of the ladder, everyone who feuded with Spencer Van Zandt ended up being like a big star. So this is kind of like one of his things. So I needed an angle to add just for filler. So I'm just gonna have Porter and Eric Considine celebrating, and I'm just gonna have Paxton Payne and Mustafa Vaisi come out to basically challenge Eric Considine and Jordan Porter. Why is this important? This is gonna be the biggest team. This is gonna be like it's gonna be the biggest team in the tag team division. Basically, simply because Mustafa Vaisi used to pair up with Goatsukura. They had a crazy run. Paxton Payne used to pair up with Scott Ringo. They had a crazy run, and now they're joining forces. And they're joining forces simply because Goatsukura is out, and Scott Ringo is basically, busy. So there's a lot going on. Now I'm gonna tell you all how these guys came together, but then I'm gonna have Paxton Payne and Mustafa Vaisi come out to challenge Eric Considine and Jordan Porter. This already looks crazy to me. So let's start the pay-per-view, man. 100. Oh, good. Scott Ringo retains because he has to. I'm trying to give him like a good run with the title. So he has to retain, and we're gonna probably have Muhammad and Watson going back and forth, right? Simply because they just got like an opportunity to capture and to capture a national championship, and yeah. So okay, 100. Scott Ringer retains because I'm trying to give him a legit title run. And Watson and Muhammad lose this time around. They lose this time around. Hopefully, I think they're gonna have back-to-back matches, or they're gonna have a rivalry, like a small rivalry going on, right? That's probably gonna escalate because Muhammad is having his singles run, and Watson feels like he's better than Muhammad already, because when he came in, he instantly became a national champion. So we're gonna have probably a short rivalry between the two, which is gonna get personal as time goes. 100. Penn Wilson gave me 100. Okay. He gave me 100. Eric Considine and Porter retained because Carl Brewer and Penn Wilson are another legit team. They're not a team, right? They're not a team, and I'm trying to give Eric Considine and Jordan Porter a run because they've been chasing these titles. They've been chasing these titles. So experience 25, cool. You see, I also started the team 2024. They've been chasing, so they retain. After here, I think they're gonna have one more match with Colt and Penn Wilson, because I'm trying to push Penn Wilson. I'm trying to like push Penn Wilson and make him benefit from this tag team thing going on here. Celebration angle is cool. So here we have Thanatos winning simply because Thanatos is not gonna join the corporate ladder, man. It's nuts. The thought of having Thanatos in the corporate ladder is nuts. So he's not joining that. But I'm gonna probably have a feud, probably like progress the feud and make it more personal, because Thanatos is another superstar that needs like a singles title, right? And Spencer has all the experience in the game, you know. So we're gonna have something going on here cooking. 97. I'm disappointed. Okay, this one ends in a draw because I don't want Mike Mayhew to lose the championship. I'm also planning on giving El Fuego the Cruiserweight Championship, but I feel like it's too early. So that's the reason for the draw. But yeah, it's gonna go on. It's gonna go on because I have big plans for El Fuego, man. I have big plans for El Fuego. Or I might just change my mind and give it. I might just change my mind and give everything to Mike Mayhew because this match is disappointing me. Semi-event, Alex White wins. Alex White wins because he has to win. He's also undefeated at Dissension, so makes sense. He's also undefeated at Dissension, so he needs to win. And Mike Mayhew will go out. I'm planning on bringing him back as babyface. I think that's gonna work for him because his heel run didn't work. His heel run didn't actually like make it easy for me to book, you know, to book him well. So I think when he comes back as babyface, I'm gonna like book him well. So yeah, Alex White wins, and the King's Burning Hands are gonna be under Alex White again. But then I'll see I'll see how it goes on. I'll see how it goes from there, because it's no more a faction. Thanatos and Muhammad have left, so Brandon Judge versus Alex. Oh my god. Brandon Judge versus Jin Bao. Brandon Judge retains because, come on. Y'all think Jin Bao will win this match? He might. He would have. I can make him win the match. But then Brandon Judge needs to retain because his reign just started, and I have big stuff planned for Brandon Judge. I also have big stuff planned for Jin Bao, you know, like separately. So it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing. So what do we get? A 99. Oh, good. Do we get coins? Points. Wow.